The key thing is this: the seller needs to move quickly, and that's where the opportunity comes in for people like us. These properties aren't always falling apart. Sure, some might need a bit of TLC. It's also about turning something around. I've bought properties where the seller was genuinely relieved to move on. There's repossessions and quick sales all the time. If you're not sure, team up with someone who has done it before. There's no shame about that. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about something that's really close to my heart when it comes to property investment here in the UK: distressed sales. Now, I know that phrase might sound a bit heavy, like what's distress about a house? But stick with me, I promise it's not as complicated as it sounds. And honestly, it's one of the most exciting opportunities out there if you're looking to get into property or grow what you have already got going. So let's dive into why we look at distressed sales. First off, let's break it down. A distressed sale is just a property that's been sold under some kind of pressure. Maybe the owner's facing financial trouble, like they can't keep up with the mortgage, or maybe it's a house that's been repossessed by the bank. Sometimes it's an inherited property and the family just wants to sell it fast rather than deal with the hassle. Whatever the reason, the key thing is this: the seller needs to move quickly. And that's where the opportunity comes in for people like us. Now, I'm not here to pretend I've got all the answers or that this is some get-rich-quick scheme. It's not. I've been in property for a while now, and I've learned that it takes a lot of patience and a bit of know-how. But distressed sales, they're special because that urgency often means the price is lower than what you're seeing on the open market. So why do we look at these properties? Well, it's pretty simple: value. When a house is in a distressed sale, you've got a chance to buy it below market value, sometimes way below. Let me give you an example. Imagine a 3-bed semi in a decent part of Manchester or Birmingham. On a good day, it might go for £200,000, but if it's a distressed sale, say it's a repossession or the owner's in a rush, it might be listed for £160,000, maybe even less. That's £40,000 of instant equity right there before you even do anything to it. So here's the thing: these properties aren't always falling apart. Sure, some might need a bit of TLC, new paint, a kitchen refresh, that sort of thing, but others are in solid shape. The distress is about the seller's situation, not always about the house itself. So you're not just buying a bargain, you're buying potential. You can fix it up, rent it out, or sell it on for a profit. In the UK, where rental demand is strong, especially in cities like Manchester or Liverpool, that's a real opportunity to build something sustainable. I've done this myself a few times, and I'll be honest, it's not always smooth sailing. You've got to do your homework, check the numbers, know the area. But when it works, it's incredibly rewarding. It's like finding a hidden gem that other buyers just overlooked because they weren't paying attention. Now you might be thinking, okay, this sounds good, but why not just buy a normal house on Rightmove? It's a fair question. The thing with distressed sales is they're not for everyone. They can take a bit more effort. You might need to deal with auctions or negotiate directly with a distressed seller or even wait out a tricky probate process. But that's exactly why they're worth looking at. Most people don't bother. They see the word distressed and run the other way. That leaves the door open for those of us who are willing to do the work. For me, it's not just about the money, though. Don't get me wrong, the numbers matter. It's also about turning something around. I've bought properties where the seller was genuinely relieved to move on, and I've been able to bring that house back to life, make it a home again for someone else. And I'm proud of that. And in the UK, where every penny counts with stamp duty and rising costs, getting in at a lower price can be the difference between making a deal work or not. It's practical, and it's something anyone can learn to do with a little bit of time and effort. How do you even find these distress sales? Well, they're out there if you know where to look. Auction houses are a great start. Places like SDL, Property Auctions, or Pew Auction list repossessions and quick sales all the time. Estate agents sometimes have them too. Just ask if they've got anything motivated on their books. Even local papers or word of mouth can tip you off to a seller needing a quick sale. The key is to start small and be curious. Look at what's selling in your area, get a feel for the price, and don't be afraid to ask questions. I wasn't an expert when I started. I'm still learning every day, but you don't need to be a property guru to spot a good deal. If you're not sure, team up with someone who has done it before. There's no shame about that. At the end of the day, distress sales are seeing opportunity where others don't. They're not always easy, but they are the real way to get ahead in UK property, whether you're just starting out or you have been at it for years. I hope this has given you a bit of insight into why I love looking at these kind of deals. If you've got any questions, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this helpful, give it a like and hit that subscribe button. It really helps me keep sharing what I've learned. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.